is not Gary Oldman, but today I will be teaching you the stand-up Stalefish slide. First of all, for this trick, as usual, you're going to want to be wearing your helmet, but especially you're going to want to be wearing your gloves, because you will fall a lot, mostly backwards when doing this trick. I would also suggest knee pads. Alright, you're also going to want to have your front side stand-up, heel side checks down. For this trick, you're going to want to have your feet as wide as possible so that you can get lower easier. If you're wide like this, it's easier to squat down and get your arm down where it needs to be. But if it's like close together, it's just don't have as much balance down low like that. Basically, the idea of this trick is that you are doing a heel side check while grabbing your heel side rail with your back hand between your legs, but not through the crotch, like from behind, between your legs but close to your back foot, like so. The way I learned this trick is I decided one day to try squat stand-up checks. The way you do this is try a squat 180, just get down low and throw your weight around, and then once you progress to checks, don't make it too elaborate, just sort of like when you're beginning to learn heel side checks, sort of like that same motion, just kick out and kick back in with your front foot. And once you have those down and you're pretty confident with your balance, then just try it with your hands sticking down there. That's how I learned it. It was relatively easy to learn, but you've got to remember you're gonna fall a lot while learning this trick. Mostly backwards, because your tendency is gonna be to lean really far back because you don't want to fall forward. This trick doesn't hurt very much to fall backward on because you're already low to the ground. You don't have very much velocity when you're hitting the ground, and you can just stick your gloves behind you. Alright, for the initiation of this trick, you're gonna want your feet far apart just so you can be stable when you get down low. And you want your heels hanging off the edge, as for most heel side anythings. You're gonna come into it, you're gonna be riding. Probably want to look forward when you're doing this. When you're beginning this trick, you want to grab a little bit before you even carve into the slide, just to get in that position solid. So you're gonna grab, and then you're gonna want to carve into it pretty hard and shift your weight onto your front foot so you can kick out your back foot pretty easily. You're gonna want to kick it out and kick your front foot back in real quick. That's basically what's gonna happen when you're first learning it, and then once you start holding it out more, you're gonna work on weight distribution. What needs to happen is, for the beginning part, you're gonna need to put most of your weight on your front foot and kick it out, and when you start holding it out a little more, logically, you're gonna be sort of balancing your weight between the feet, and when you bring it back, put most of your weight on your back foot so you can kick this forward easily with a little resistance. As for leaning back and forth, your tendency is gonna be to lean too far back. You're just gonna need to balance yourself. Literally, the way I learned this was by going, falling, and then figuring out which way I fell, and adjusting my weight accordingly. What usually would happen is I would fall backwards and put my gloves down just to save me. And then I would do that a couple times and then lean forward more and more each time. And then if I lean forward too much, I'd fall forward and then just lean back more. You're gonna wanna lean back more than a heel side check, just because a lot more weight's concentrated down there and you wanna have a little more pressure. Lean back too far at first to catch yourself and adjust your weight accordingly. I'm sure you can figure out how to make it steezy. I'm a big fan.